Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Gina, and in this video I'm going to share with you guys some new weirdo plants in my collection. And yeah, weirdo plants, what I consider weirdo plants. And what are weirdo plants? In my opinion, they are plants that are not common. They're not common plants. Maybe they look a little weird. They're just unusual plants. So one is an unboxing, and two are new plants I picked up at my local plant shop. So what did I do? I went to my local plant shop to pick up soil. I had to look at the plants, of course. And yeah, I came across these two that I could not leave without. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know what one of them is because I did post do a picture of one on there. I don't post a lot on Instagram. I just don't. I don't find myself having time to be on Instagram. Yeah, I devote most of my time is to this YouTube channel and then my plant shop. So that's where all my time goes. And then like the rest of the time is outside working in the gardens. So yeah, I'm a busy person. So anyway, we are going to be unboxing this. Super excited to see what this is. We're gonna pot this up and then I'm gonna show you my other two new weirdo plants. And I think that's it. That's the plan for this video. Okay, so I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. I'm gonna tell you what this is. This is a Pinguicula. And I almost dropped my new Pinguicula. So now I ordered this online from Etsy. When I went to my local plant shop yesterday, it was yesterday. Today's Saturday, it was a Friday. I went for soil, but I had in mind to look at, they have some carnivorous plants. They have some Pinguiculas. That reminds me, I have another weirdo plant that you guys don't know about that I picked up at this place like 2 weeks ago, I think. Carnivorous plant. I'll try to remember to show you that one as well. So, purchased on Etsy. This it's from the same place I always get all my carnivorous plants from. It's called Rainbow Carnivorous. Let me look at the Rainbow Carnivorous Plants. So they're basically the big U.S. seller of carnivorous plants, Pinguiculas mostly. That's what they have, but they have others too. But a lot of Pinguiculas. That's pretty much where I've gotten probably 98% of my carnivorous plant collection. So, okay, so let's open this baby up. Okay. I haven't ordered a plant online. It's been quite a while, actually. So this is kind of fun and exciting unboxing for you guys. Okay, so here is what it looks like. It feels like it's empty. It feels like there's nothing in this. Because it's just a tiny little Pinguicula and a tiny little condiment cup. I think that's what those are. Okay, I didn't remember the name of it. Wait, where's my invoice? Here's my invoice. Is this my invoice? No, that's just information. There is no invoice in here. Well, I'm assuming this is what I ordered. It doesn't sound right, but I'm assuming it is what I ordered. So, it must be super tiny. It's pretty tiny. I mean, it's not. It could be tinier. So here it is. It's this little guy here. So why did I order this one? I have a billion Pinguiculas. Why would I order this one? Well, the reason for it. So here's the name of this one. I can't read backwards. Is that in focus? I can't read backwards. Morinensis var alba. cross Moctezuma. You know me and names. Does not go well together. So that is what it is. So the reason I got this one is because it has the shape of this one. It's different than my other butterworts. This one is more, it's a baby, but as it gets bigger, these arms here, these leaves here, they're like pointy and big and thin. Like my other Pinguiculas, they're all like thick leaves, and these are more long and thin. And I didn't have anything like that in my collection, and I kind of wanted that. So that is why I picked up this one. So that is it. Just one. Only one I ordered. And we're going to pot this one up. So I have all of my supplies here. I have so much crap on my desk right now. I have so much stuff on my desk. That just fell on the ground. But yeah, I think we should be able to make some room here and pot this up. Okay, so now you might be thinking, if you've followed my ping videos in the past, that I'm probably going to put it into a self-watering pot, but I'm not. I'm not doing that this time. And the last one I potted up, not with you guys, I did it on my own. I didn't use self-watering. It's the first time I used one of my little glass vessels that I found at the thrift store. Let me show you the one I potted up by myself. And it would be this one. So do you guys remember I picked up this heart-shaped glass vessel here? I think someone told me that these were sold at the dollar store a few years ago. And I paid like $3.99, I think, for this. So now all these are not new pings. I didn't get new pings to fill this. I took from my own collection. So like this one, which one was this one? I think it's, well, they came from my terrarium. So all of these came from my terrarium. The names will be on the screen. So there's this one, name on the screen. And then this one. This one I know, I'm pretty sure is Chlorosticta. This is a Chlorosticta. So that'll be fun when it colors up because it gets purple. And then this one, I can see the name in my head, but I could not, it's not going to come out of my mouth. I cannot transfer it because it's kind of a long, I think it's a pretty long name. So this one. So all three of these this variety live in my terrarium. So I'm excited to get them out, because they've multiplied in there. So I was able to take plants out of there to fill this vessel. And then of course it is surrounded with live moss, which I'm going to do for this new one also. Yeah, and it's just in this heart-shaped vessel, and I love it. All right, so I do have another vessel. So I actually have two other new glass vessels, and I think you guys saw this one, but it's been a long time. So I did find, yeah, I picked this one up I don't know, 2 months ago, maybe even longer than that, and I still haven't used it. It's been sitting in my closet. So this is an option, but I'm pretty sure this is not the one I'm going to use, but the one I am going to use, I picked up maybe 2 weeks ago, and it is this one, a star-shaped glass vessel, and pretty positive. Well, I love star shapes. I just love stars, love star shapes. So yeah, this was a no-brainer coming home with me when I saw it at the thrift store. I'm pretty sure this is the same thing probably from the dollar store. It just kind of looks the same. Now, I would look underneath the heart one, but I'm sure it has that same patterning underneath. I don't know. I just have a feeling this came from the dollar store also. I don't think I paid as much for this one as the star shape or as the heart shape. Pretty sure this was cheaper. It was probably like $1.99. I can't remember. Anyway, so this is what we're going to use. I think it will look really cute. It's going to be kind of big. It's going to have a lot of space because they get big. You know, they get big. And plus they multiply. So this star shape one day hopefully will be filled with this Pinguicula. So we're going to do that. So we need to mix up some soil. So I have my bag of ping soil pre-mixed. So what this is, I make it myself. This is filled with peat moss, perlite, and vermiculite. And the ratio I use for this is 60% perlite, 20% vermiculite, 20% peat moss. So with Pinguiculas, this whatever you use, it has to be like no nutrients in the product. So you don't want to just take like your bag of Miracle Grow and soil and use that. You cannot. Do not do that. You will kill your Pinguicula. It's like they need like a very sterile type environment. So this peat moss, which is a bag of peat moss I bought at the garden center, perlite and vermiculite. Very non-nutrient ingredients. So that's all mixed up. So I have that ready to go. And then I have my mixing container, my classic me using the Greek yogurt container, empty. I always save these guys for all kinds of stuff. Mixing, I use it in my grow tent is to catch water underneath the pot, hanging in my grid system, stuff like that. Anyway, lots of uses for this. So we're gonna mix this in here with some water, and very important, like I said, you want very sterile. I'm using distilled water. There's like absolutely nothing in this water. It's like if you use a TDS meter on this, it comes up 0. That's what you want. You want very low. I think I read you want under 10 TDS. So if you have your tap water is like exceptionally good. If you measure it with a TDS meter and it's under 10, supposedly you can use that. I prefer to just stay safe, go with something that is absolutely 0 TDS, which is total dissolved solids. That's what it is. So, all right, so we're using this. So I'm going to fill my container with some water. Let me just we'll do it up here. Like I said, my desk is so filled with all kinds of crap. Good stuff, but yeah. All right, so what is the easiest way to do this without making a ton of dust? Let me back up a little bit here. We don't want dust, but I think it's inevitable we're going to get dust. You know, I'm going to use this as my scoop. Will that work? I don't know. Let's see. This will kind of also tell us how much of the soil we're going to need. I'm going to hold it away from me. Try not to make a mess. See that dust? I see the dust. Do a little bit more just in case, like when it gets wet, it's gonna like compact down into the vessel. And if I have extra, that's okay. Darn it, I spilled. Which means I'm gonna have to vacuum. Okay. Now we're going to fill this with some water. You can use quite a bit too because you're going to want water. Like when we put the soil in here, we're going to fill this with water also. And we're just going to mix it up. Oh, too bad this isn't like a clear container and you can see what it looks like being mixed up, but it just looks like that. It's just dirt, perlite, vermiculite, distilled water, We're playing in the mud. Not really. Okay, so now we're going to fill the container. Our heart-shaped, not heart-shaped, our star-shaped, super cute, star-shaped, celestial container. The Goodwill is or any thrift store, it doesn't have to be Goodwill, is an excellent place to go looking for vessels for your plants. If you follow along with my thrifting for planting things videos, you will know that. I almost filmed for you guys yesterday. I went to the thrift store yesterday. I had some donations of my own to make. And I went to the knick-knack section where they usually have a lot of their like planters and things like that. And I didn't really see a whole lot, so I didn't film. But hopefully next time I go, they will have some good stuff and I can film for you guys because I do enjoy doing that. And I am trying to make a point of going to the thrift store at least once a week now. So, okay, so that is filled, so messy. That is filled with our Pinguicula soil mix. And now I'm going to, just right in the center of this thing, I'm just gonna like make a little indentation in the center of it. And then we're gonna place our new little ping in that little divot that I made for it. And it will nestle itself in there and the roots will grow. And that is it. So imagine this nice and big and full and babies at each point of the star. Pretty cool, right? I think so. Okay, so that is it. That is it for potting that, except I'm also going to put some live moss because I like to put live moss around it. So here is my bin of live moss. I get this on Etsy also, and I just put it in the bin and it continues to grow in the bin, which is cool. I pull out some and what is left in there theoretically will continue to grow. So I never run out of live moss. So I'll show you what this looks like. Okay, so I got you in a little closer. Hopefully you'll be able to see a little bit more of what I'm doing this way. But here, okay, so that's what the live moss looks like. So it comes to me in sheets, and then I just place the sheets right on. This is just my typical aeroid soil mix, and I just place it right in there just like that. So when I use it for this, so I'm going to oh, and there's a fungus gnat. I have a little fungus gnat trap in there, and I have caught a few fungus gnats in there that way. But okay, you know what? That's okay. Because I have my African violets, I took the dome off my African violets, and I have a lot more fungus gnats now because they were in the African violets inside with the in the dome with the African violets. So once I release them, remove that dome, now I have a lot more fungus gnats floating around. And my Pinguiculas, which are on the shelf right above my African violets, have been getting so many tasty treats. They're like filled with fungus gnats, and I never used to have that. Like my Pinguiculas, my carnivorous plants, they were all very clean, and now they all have like little fungus gnats on there. So if you are having an issue with fungus gnats, definitely get yourself some of these guys. They will well, I mean, they're not going to cure your fungus gnat problem, but they're definitely going to help. They'll help out. So let's see. I think that's probably enough. This will spread also. And yeah, oh, was that in the frame enough? Isn't it cute? I think it's pretty cute. Let me cover this back up and get this out of the way. And then I'm going to put some distilled water in here. It's kind of hard to see like how much to do. And I know this now from my experience with the the heart-shaped vessel. Yeah, that's pretty full. I can see the water's like, the water level's like right there. Yeah, that's good. That is good. And that is it. All right, so that one is done. You know what I forgot to do? To put the little name tag in there so I don't ever forget what it is. I always keep my little name tags that come with the plants. And that one's done. So that one's gonna go on the shelf. All right, now I'm gonna show you, let me show you, before I forget, let me show you the other new weirdo plant I just got. Oh, here it is. Oh, and need some water in the vessel. So, okay. You see the picture. So this is one of those pitcher plants. I can never remember, I don't know like the full name. It'll be on the screen. But it was just at my local garden store, plant shop, and they had them, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get one. I have not. It's looking really good too. Now, when I first brought it home, the pictures looked a little not great, but it's doing really well. I'm like really happy with how it's doing. Like the pictures look better. They're just so cool. I like how they have those little lids that pop up. So now this one, I can't even remember what I potted it in. I don't think I used ping soil. So this is a mix of, and there's no live moss on this. I didn't put any live moss on this one. There is sphagnum moss in there, like on the top, but I think I did. I don't think I did vermiculite in this one, but I did do perlite, and I think peat moss. Pretty sure I did peat moss on this one. And this one has like a wick. Like this is my self-watering pots I mentioned earlier that I usually use for, ooh, careful. One of the little pitchers got stuck under there. But it has like a wicking system. I don't know, it's very cool. Now I think these guys like more humidity, so I do set this in the little tray that's filled with water. So this sits in it's with all my other carnivorous plants there, so I'm hoping it's gonna be getting enough humidity that way, hopefully. I mean, it's like I said, it's looking really good. Like this picture looks amazing. It's a tiny little plant, but I'm excited about it. My first pitcher plant, probably my first and only pitcher plant I will ever have in my collection, unless it dies. And then I'll get my second pitcher plant. Okay, so I have to get this on the shelf. I have no idea where. My shelves are so full, like my ping shelves. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to squeeze this in. I'll have to try. Okay, are you ready for some more weirdo plants? So these are plants I picked up at my local plant shop. So like I said, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this one already. So this here is a Crassula Buddha's temple. So they have a little section. Okay, so they have a big section of succulents, and then but they have like a smaller table section of rare cactus and succulents. And this was it was on that table. And I saw it, and I don't know, it just grabbed my attention. I think I like the Buddha's temple. That was like, and just how it looks, it's just really cool looking. So this one I paid $15.98, which is okay price-wise. While I was there, I actually got on Etsy to see what they go for, and I think I saw they go for like 12 bucks, but then you're paying for shipping, so I thought this was a decent price. So I got that one. That's a new addition to my collection. And then, this is exciting. So it came in, I just stuck it in this, but it came in this container here. And it was $24.98. Let me just say that so I don't forget. So this here is a Dioscorea elephantips. Diosco, the name's on the screen. But it's a Caudex plant, and it's very cool. It was in that rare section on that table, and I saw that and I was like, yeah, I have to bring that home with me. Totally gonna bring that home with me. So there it is. So those are my two new locally acquired Weirdo plants. This is my my other Weirdo plant ordered online. And then you saw my pitcher plants. I consider that kind of weirdo-ish. They're plants that are just unusual. They're not common plants that everybody has. Yeah, anyway. And I do want to show you something exciting. While we're talking about Caudex, we were just talking about Caudex. Let me show you something that is incredibly exciting for me. And that would be, this guy is finally growing for me. I was not sure that it was even alive. So this is the Dorstenia fotida. It's finally growing. And is that a flower? What the heck is that? A fruit or a flower? It looks like a sun. Isn't that cool? Hopefully you can see that. It has a couple of, like, it has that one, 2, 3. I see 3 of those. The others are like super tiny. But anyway, I'm super excited about this. For a while there, I thought it was dead. But nope. It just took a little bit to acclimate, to settle in, and it is awesome. And my other Caudex are doing well. All of them are doing well. Yeah, so that is that. All right, you guys, I think that is going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing some new plants in my collection. I haven't been buying much in the way of plants lately. And I should be. This is I'm a weirdo, okay? It seems like I buy most of my plants in the winter, which is crazy because it's more expensive to buy in the winter. I should be buying in the summer. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited to have these new additions to my collection. So thanks so much for joining me here today. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it fun and informational. And yeah, thanks for being here. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.